Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that.
What is up, Titans Nation? Welcome in to the 615 and into the SeatGeek Studios. I'm your host, Lee Hillis, and you see the man sitting right next to me. Two-thirds of the crew.
We miss you, Josh.
But first, we have to give a quick shout out to our partners over at SeatGeek. You can use our code 615 podcast. That is 615 PODCAST at checkout for $20 off your first order of $50 or more on SeatGeek.com or on the SeatGeek app. Well, the NFL season has finally come to an end.
It's a depressing time right now, man. It really is a depressing time. It's kind of bad.
The Super Bowl.
Hey, it was great. It was great for me and great for my family. My girl came over and made some great Mexican food. Enjoyed watching Patrick Mahomes just eat dirt the entire night. It was great.
But do we feel bad for the Chiefs fans a little bit?
No. Dude, I'm not here for sentimental stuff. I mean, I know I'm an emotional guy, but I'm not here for that.
We have to give roses to a former Titan. Actually, two former Titans. Corey Blasingame and A.J. Brown.
God, Blasingame. Good Lord, that name's... But A.J. Brown, man, I know a lot of people when he left the Titans, a lot of people, had mixed feelings. I understand he's kind of a diva a little bit. I understand that. But at the same time,
yeah.
It's like that girl. It's the one that got away, man. It's the one that got away. We traded him away. You let her go and you shouldn't have. It was. Oh, Kyle Phillips too. I forgot all about that.
He's on their practice squad, so he gets a ring also.
That's crazy.
But the Kansas City Swifties went down.
Oh, thank God, man. Oh, thank God.
40-22. They were down 34-0.
I'm not going to lie to you when I say this right now. I can tell you straight up. In my household, when this game was going on, it was pandemonium seeing Patrick Mahomes get hit as many times as he did. I mean, I'm telling you, you would have thought we were watching a Titans game. Me, my dad, and my mom literally were like, when he threw that pick six, I had to get up and run around the kitchen. I loved it. It was just, karma sucks, right?
He looked like Will Levis.
He did look like Will Levis.
But Patrick Mahomes,
God.
21 of 32, 257, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
On top of that, he had 4 carries for 25.
Yeah. I mean, and let's be honest, this game, this is what I tell everybody. When I was talking to people at work about it and everything, I said, look, here's the deal. The real score to that game was 40-6. It was 40-6. They scored 22 points. Garbage time. Exactly. It was garbage time.
The DeAndre Hopkins touchdown.
Yeah, congrats to him. He complained about
getting to play in one. But their top receiver, what in the world?
It doesn't matter, dude. The game that's garbage yards, man. The game was over.
157.
So listen, just for the listeners out there, right before me and Lee jumped on, I rewatched the Super Bowl downstairs. I watched it And after watching it again, I didn't even realize because, I was moving around a lot during the actual like live version of it when I was watching it on Sunday. But at the end of the third quarter, the announcers were already like Jalen Hurts getting ready to win his first Super Bowl. Like, I mean, it was over. Like, and people keep complaining it was a bad Super Bowl. I guess it depends on what side of the fence you're on, because if you're a Chiefs hater like me, it was great and I loved it. Me and my dad stayed up for it. He doesn't normally, he's in bed like 2 hours before that was over. So if that tells you anything, I don't know. I loved it.
But
Thoughts?
huh?
What were your thoughts on the totality of everything?
I was saying at the half, the Chiefs have imploded.
Literally, it's Travis Kelce said it after the game, man. He said, they asked him like, did they do anything you didn't expect? And all the normal like media questions. And he looked at him straight up and he just said, I just didn't expect us to come out and play the worst game we have all year. And they definitely did, man.
But how are you going to beat a team when you only have 49 yards on the ground?
Did you see the total yards at like halftime? It was like 217 to 38 or something. It was something crazy. It was something
The
insane.
total yardage at the end of the game, 345 to 275.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy.
But you lose ball games when you have 3 turnovers.
And a pick six. So. But anyway, let's get into some Titan stuff, man.
So the big thing that I really wanted to hit on, the offseason for the whole NFL is here. The big
It's my
question
favorite
is,
time of year, man.
The biggest thing is, where do the Titans go this offseason? What
There he is.
positions do we target?
There's my guy right there on the right.
A. Rod.
Hey. Hey, it took a long time for me to come around, by the way, but we'll get into that.
So I wanted to break this down in a couple of parts in one show. And they're both dealing with free agency.
Yeah.
The first set is who returns and who hits the market.
Let's
The
go ahead
six
and break
players,
it down.
the 6 players that I have: NWI, Colton Dowell, Dylan Radins, Big Jeff, Kenneth Murray, and Quandre Diggs. Let's start with who stays.
I mean,
who returns.
Do you want to go first on this, Lee? Let me hear your 2 cents on kind of like this whole thing first, and then I'll go because.
Well, as much as Tyler doesn't think that NWI is coming back, I think he is. Because as Tyler has said, as Tyler has said, if NWI goes anywhere, at best, he's the fourth or fifth best receiver on the roster. On here, he's maybe the second or third.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what we draft and stuff, but yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, Lee.
Colton Dowell,
my guy,
one of Tyler's BFFs, one of his bromances. Colton Dowell, it's a very peculiar position for him. He didn't play at all last year due to injury. He was on the PUP list all year. He tried to come off late in the season and did not. Dylan Radins, I think if we go where I think we're going to go in free agency, Radins may come back but only as a backup.
Okay.
Everybody thinks Jeff is going in a trade. I think if the right trade comes along for Jeff, then the Titans may jump at it.
Yeah.
But if the right trade doesn't, I think he's still here next year.
Okay.
Kenneth Murray. Low key, I think Kenneth Murray is a cut candidate.
Oh man, we'll talk about that.
As good as he did in the run game, you have to have. He cannot do both. You need a guy that can do both, and Kenneth Murray can't.
I get that. I get what you're saying. But yeah.
And then Quandre Diggs.
Gone.
If we go where I think we'll go in free agency, he's gone.
Yeah. So
but
I mean,
if you look at
go ahead.
sound opposite of Amani Hooker, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, here's where I'm at with like all of this. Like, I'm not gonna go one by one exactly, but I'm just gonna kind of wrap this all up. Like NWI, I agree with what you're saying, and I don't really think he's a money guy. I think, like I've said, like you kind of said,
he's looking for play opportunity.
Yeah, I'm afraid though, like some team may throw him some money. I don't know. Maybe not. But as far as Colton goes, I want him for special teams. We were awful last year in special teams.
And when he was in there as punt protector, he was lights out. He was the first one down there.
He was a good gunner. He was a gunner guy. And he was the first one down there. You saw him in the screen on every single play. Love that. Raidens, as far as that goes, right. We needed the right side needs work. I mean, there's no way around it.
That's why I said if he does come back, at best, he's a backup.
Yeah, and I agree with that completely. Big Jeff.
If we go where I think we'll go.
Yeah. Big Jeff, I mean, I think he stays. I think Big Jeff stays, so I'm not even going to go there. I wouldn't be mad if we like got enough for him. As far as Kenneth Murray goes, I'm a big Kenneth Murray guy. I love him. I think he was a bright spot of the defense. A lot of people could disagree with that. That's fine. I think it depends on what we do on the draft. I don't know what's going to happen with him. As far as Quandre Diggs goes, I think Diggs is gone. I don't have any elaboration on that. I don't think Diggs is a Titan next year. I mean, I don't see it.
Well, the other question is,
I'll lead this one.
who becomes a Titan? Who becomes a Titan in free agency? I did the same sort of layout where we have 6 guys. Tyler, you can add more guys into this if you want.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's where I went.
All right. So here's what I'm seeing right here. The dude on the right there.
Aaron.
I understand that I know, me and Lee were exchanging.
He's 43 for crying out.
Hey, sometimes the older the better, man. Come on, dude.
The older the wiser.
Hey,
older the wiser.
Exactly. And key word there is you learn a lot. So here's the thing, actually. Aaron Rodgers, let's say we stay at number 1 and we pick Cam Ward. Normally you draft quarterback, number 1 overall, he's going to be your starter, right? I don't want to do that. I think rushing somebody into something.
That's a recipe for failure.
And I can go, and I'll just go ahead and say the list. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, all
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, yeah. Jordan Love learned from Aaron Rodgers, and look what he's doing now with the Packers. So what I'm trying to say is, we decided Brock Purdy. So if we draft a quarterback, get Aaron for his last year, 1 year. He's got the knowledge. We're not going to the Super Bowl next year. I understand that. We all do. Well, Lee, cut it with that shit. I already know you're going to go down there. But I'm just saying, like, realistically, I'm trying to be realistic here. You get him to mentor Cam Ward, two different style quarterbacks, but I mean, people forget Aaron Rodgers was no Cam Ward. I get that as far as mobility goes, but he still was good in the pocket. And people used to say if Aaron Rodgers got outside the pocket, you got to watch out. Same thing with Ben Roethlisberger. Neither one of them were crazy athletes, but they knew how to evade pressure. So I think if he can learn from Aaron, honestly, I don't know. Aaron is such a hit or miss guy because I don't know where his mental is at all the time. I mean, he's done a lot in the NFL, so.
He's also done a lot of drugs too.
Yeah, but they healed his mind, dude. Come on, dude. No. But what I'm saying is I think I would love to, like, if we went the route of Cam Ward, get Aaron Rodgers, have him mentor him for a year, then start Cam the next year. Now, I know we're going to get into some of the other stuff as far as what that's really going to look like in other episodes with the draft and everything.
Yeah, especially after the NFL Combine, which I will be there.
Yes, Lee will be there. Live front and center.
Josh, depending on if credentials do come through, Josh will be there.
Yeah.
And we'll have another guest with us who I may try to pull in on the show after the Combine. Titans Rossi will be there.
Dude, we do got to get him back on the show. He was great last time. But
Trey Smith.
Okay. Trey Smith, I want to go like Trey Smith and Sweat for a reason here. They both played in the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so did Hunt and Reed.
We'll get into that too, but I want to you say your 2 cents on them first, and then I'll rebuttal because I know we kind of have a difference in opinion in some of this.
The way I look at it with Trey Smith, he's a Tennessee kid. He's one of those versatile type of guys, like they can play guard and tackle. There's that word that we haven't heard a whole lot of this year. But Borgonzi had a hand in bringing him in. He just wrapped up year 4 in the NFL. Trey Smith, if he comes to Tennessee, he solidifies your right guard spot. Now, to Josh Sweat.
But wait, does he, Lee? Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Well, go back to before the Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm just saying, dude.
The dude has been solid.
I know. I know I'm being a little bit of an ass with that, but I'm just saying, dude. Like,
but to Josh Sweat, I think he would be a great addition here.
I agree with you on that, but dude, after what he did in the Super Bowl, they're gonna keep him.
Outside of the 2 sacks, what did he do? Or the 2.5 sacks, what did he do?
He was a part of the Eagles defense, and they tore Mahomes a new asshole is what happened. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
The way I'm looking at it is bring him in to play with his brother. And most of y'all are asking, well, who's his brother? Big number 93. Devondre Sweat.
Jelly Roll. Hey, he was wearing a sweat jersey.
At the NFL Honors.
Exactly. I was just about to say, hey, let's sign Jelly Roll. Hell with it.
And line him up brother with Jeff and Sweat.
Exactly.
And let him wear like number 99.
Have there, it's kind of funny to talk about. Has there ever been an NFL team with 2 brothers on the same team?
I don't think so.
On the same team?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Actually, yeah. The Titans. Both Andre Dyson, Kevin Dyson.
At the same time?
I think it was early 2000s.
I thought Dyson had left.
Time to pull this up.
Yep, yeah, it is. Here he goes. With his handy-dandy notebook over here, Lee. But yeah, and so the other, so you got T. Higgins on this list too. I would love to have him. Love to have T. Higgins. and you got Kareem Hunt earlier, about 3 or 4 weeks ago on 104.5. They were talking about that a lot, adding him as kind of like the triple threat to Pollard and Spears. I don't necessarily. I mean, I don't know if I would do like. What do you do? Like $5 million 1 year? I mean, I don't know. I don't think you have to break the bank for Kareem Hunt at this point in his career. I don't know if that would be like a smart move or not, because I think Spears could be something as long as he stays healthy. I mean, he's already got the Guardian cap on. He's had many concussions.
Can you look up what year's Kevin Dyson?
Oh, what when
KD?
When Coach Dyson played? Papa Kev.
Papa Kev.
Papa Kev. He'll
Because I got Andre Dyson's stuff here.
Let's see.
I'm talking for the Tennessee Titans, not the
1998 to 2002.
They had 1 year together.
Okay. All right.
Because Andre was here 01 to 04.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so technically one full. I see what you're saying. You know he's like a doctor now or something? Like he
no,
like
he's
left
not.
foot. Wait, who am
He's
I talking
coaching.
about? Whoa.
Samari Roll.
Samari Roll. Okay. Roll had a brother too.
But they never played on the same team.
No, not on the same team, but is it Samari Roll's brother that's a doctor?
Probably.
He left the NFL to literally pursue a medical career. I mean,
Dyson is the younger brother of former NFL wide receiver and Titans teammate Kevin Dyson.
Okay.
They were the first brothers in the NFL, in NFL history, to score touchdowns in the same game.
That's pretty cool.
So, could the Titans do it again?
I mean, I'm not against it. I'm telling you, man. I don't think it's happening, man. I just don't see it happening.
Well, what about the T. Higgins thing?
Well, I was just saying, I would love to have him. I just don't know what that salary cap's gonna look like, man. Like money wise.
Well, let's go pull up Spot Track and see what he's.
Well, I'm just saying, like in general. Well, you don't have to do that, but I'm just saying.
And then Justin Reed.
I don't know, man. It's hard to look at any Chiefs player right now after that Super Bowl and be like, "Yeah, I want that guy." But I know it's one game. I know. I'm pulling a Lee and like jumping the gun, but I'm just saying, like,
I think if you put Reed next to Hooker with Snead, Awuzie, and either Brownlee or McCreary.
Okay.
And that's secondary.
I see what you're saying, but do you think we draft a safety this year in the draft, depending on the way it goes?
I think if we do, it's probably a late guy.
I agree with that. I think it's 6th round, probably.
Yeah. But we're not doing our first mock draft until after the combine.
Yeah, we're gonna wait. We talked about that. We were potentially gonna do it tonight, but we decided to wait.
But the thing that I wanted, that of course Tyler and I, we talked about for a minute before, was this.
Oh, this is fun right here.
The potential Titans offense in 2025. And I agree with a lot of this.
Keep this pulled up while you're talking, Lee.
The only thing that I think could be a huge question mark, I'm just going to run through this. Where would this Titans offense rank in the NFL next season? Quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Tony Pollard. Devontae Adams. Calvin Ridley. Rookie Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State and NWI. Tight end Chigakonkwo. J.C. Latham. Peter Skoronski. Lloyd Cushenberry. Trey Smith. And Armand Mimbu. The guy that they have listed out there at right tackle is the rookie out of Missouri. But the big question mark I have is if we get Aaron Rodgers, could we potentially go get Devontae Adams?
Dude, I think what is this? The Tennessee Packers? Like, I mean, if that was to happen, you can pull us back up now. But yeah, I literally, I was, and Josh, shout out Josh if you are watching. I don't know if you are, but J Murph. But at the same time, like, honestly, like, I was kind of against the Adams thing because, we were talking about, how it is. Like, when you get the first round pick, we start talking about potential things about trying to go get Wilson from the Jets and stuff like that. But, Devontae, like, had his whole, like, second career for a year with Rodgers. It would be really cool to bring him here, I think.
The way I look at it is it's a package deal.
Yeah. And then if Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams come here, I maybe or may not get my girl on board to watch more Titans games. So that's fun too. But
go Pack go.
Go back. Dude, this is a Titans podcast. Come on. But yeah, like but seriously, no, I would be down for that. Like I said, when was it? Friday before the Super Bowl on 104.5 on 3HL, they were talking about it, and they had Taylor Wan, the boys, busting with the boys on it.
Boys.
Compton. And Taylor said that, hey, look, remember what the Rams did when they did that trade and they got a bunch of – but that's the question. Like, are we selling out to try to win a Super Bowl next year, or are we trying to build? And that's the question that I kind of have. Like, yeah, I don't know what Borgonzi's like plan is with all of this. And I know there's, and I shouldn't say, I guess Borgonzi and Brinker, like what, depends on what they want to do. Right. Exactly. Depends on like what they want to do, but yeah.
But the big thing, Hall of Fame players were announced, which is a very, very terrible list. Jared Allen and Antonio Gates are the only two players that we can really, truly say, hey, we know who they are.
Yeah, this was a weird class because normally it's a lot more than this, and they just gave us 4. And when I saw it, and like when we were talking about it, I was confused, man. I was like, nobody was like a game, like, I don't know. I don't think any of the players that were in the Hall of Fame this year were like game stoppers. Like, what I mean by that is like change the course of a game. I mean, you might say Jared Allen, I don't know, but where's this? I don't know, man. I was a little disappointed in it.
But they've dropped a notable list for the class of 2026. Funny enough, it's headlined by quarterback Drew Brees.
I agree with that one. Like let's just say it like this, Lee. Like, so we're doing this, showing this, like, who's worthy, who's not. Lee, kind of go through and like pick who you think, stands out.
My top 5. You definitely have to go those first two, Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald.
Absolutely.
Frank Gore. Dude's old as dirt, but he was still playing.
Yeah.
You could probably say like a guy like Jason Witten.
See, I disagree with that. I don't get that.
Pouncey for sure. And then if you really want to go a freaking kicker, go Gostkowski.
I agree with that one. I do agree with the kicker.
But you may sound crazy if you don't go Witten. You could possibly, you may say, dude, you're crazy. But give me the 3-time Super Bowl champ
Oh yeah, I know where you're going.
Julian Edelman.
Just because of the Super Bowls, I get where you're going with that. I look at this and I kind of look at it and I go, okay,
The
Drew
dude,
B.
go back and look. Go look at that comeback.
I
Whose
know.
game? Whose game?
I know.
Whose game was that shoulders on?
I know.
Who led the way? Edelman.
Yeah. I get that. I would have to say Breeze Fitzgerald. I'd give it to the kicker.
Goskowski.
And
Who also kicked for the Titans, by the way. Titans legend.
I would have to say, God, it's hard, man. I mean, it's not a very strong list. I don't know, man. Pouncey, maybe. No, hell no, dude. No, absolutely not.
The guy with like 15 kids.
Yeah, he has a he has a
full offense.
I was about to say I'm gonna keep it PC tonight on some things, but yeah, the dude's got 12 kids, literally. So, but yeah, dude, this is a weak class. But I would definitely say, looking at this.
But if you look at those that were snubbed this year, like Eli, Adam Vinatieri.
Vinatieri absolutely should have got it. I don't understand that.
Reggie Wayne.
Yeah. It was weird. I don't understand what they were trying to do. Like, it was weird.
Like, in my mind, I want to see what the other quarterbacks were in this draft class outside of Eli and look at those resumes, because in my opinion, if you look at Eli's resume, yeah, it wasn't great, but he beat Brady twice, and Brady's a future Hall of Famer.
I mean, Brady, probably the best quarterback. I mean, I hate to say that, but
Brady's the freaking GOAT.
Yeah, he kind of is, man. It's kind of hard to deny all the
what just happened to
all the rings.
After what just happened to Patrick Starr.
That was good. That was good. I'm not gonna lie, that was good.
Or Patrick the Frog.
Oh God,
it sounds like freaking Kermit.
All week, man, on my breaks at work, I've been like sitting here the past 2 days, just like dying at these like memes and videos people have been making of the Chiefs going down. Oh my God, the internet is a brutal place, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God.
But Josh, I hope we'll be back next week.
Absolutely, man.
And we'll figure out the topics for next week.
Oh yeah,
throughout the rest of the week. But if you're taking, I'm just say this: if you're taking a trip anytime soon,
yes,
go to our link.
I'll be headed to Gatlinburg soon, so I'm actually using our code for that trip. True story.
If you're looking to take a trip at all, go to our Expedia link in the description. You can book hotels, book flights, book rental cars, all through Expedia.
Absolutely.
So it's a win-win.
Oh yeah. You ain't got nothing else to do. There's no football to watch, so come on.
The crazy thing is, the hotel I just booked for Indy.
Oh, for the draft?
No, for Combine.
Oh,
if you were to book that hotel anywhere else, you're spending a couple $100 a night.
Yeah.
I spent under 180.
That's awesome.
At 180 or just below.
Yeah.
5 miles outside of downtown Indy.
Absolutely. So check that
link
out in the description.
Yeah. So yeah, go grab that down in the description. Because MLB is starting up soon. College basketball is going on. College baseball is fixed to start up. If you're going to any games, you can also use our link in the description for SeatGeek. Our code at SeatGeek.com or on the SeatGeek app. Use our code 615podcast. That is 615 PODCAST at checkout for $20 off your first order of your only order of $50 or more. So TK, anything else you want to add to tonight?
I'm good, man. It's good to be back, man. It's been a little while. A lot going on lately, so I'm glad to be back.
But we're fixing to be more consistent.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to, as I've told Lee, the off season actually is my favorite time for the pod. Actually, I love all the hypotheticals we can talk about.
So, like, what if Aaron Rodgers did come to Tennessee?
Dude, that's like he lives here too. Like people forget that. Like he
Skittle,
wants to be here. Yeah. I mean, but
how funny would it be if Kittle said, "I want out," and came to Tennessee? Let's kind of bring up Debo.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, I didn't even. I don't know, man. I had a rough relationship with him during fantasy football this year.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. So I don't know, but yeah, man. No, I'm not against Rodgers coming. I was like, hell no for a while. But the way
because
he's like
43.
It's not even about that.
He's geriatric. He's a geriatric.
No, it's not even. It's not that. It's just. I mean, yeah, he's like older in the tooth and stuff, but at the same time, like, I'm more about like that mentorship that he could give, because I've accepted as a Titans fan, we're not gonna probably even make playoffs next year. It's fine. If we do, I'll eat crow and I'll eat my words on it. That's fine. But I'm realistic.
Eat that crow.
Exactly. I'm ready for the rebuild, man, or whatever the sports world wants to call it. I know rebuild gets so much, traction, but at the same time, like, I just want to not be like this year, because this to me was probably, I can honestly tell you, even like 2014. No, I can tell you right now, and I've said it before. I think this year for the Titans was the worst year they've ever had. Like, it was bad. Like, it was brutal to watch.
Even the year under Wisenhunt.
Yes, I've said that on a previous pod. Yeah, I think this year was the worst, and it shouldn't have been because of our roster. This was awful. Like, it was awful.
On paper, our roster was freaking elite. On paper, our roster was incredible.
This year,
we said it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes this worse, though. It blows my mind. Like, literally on a.
We both said. You look at this receiving core and put it up against any other receiving core. Whose receiving core are you taking?
How many times did me and you literally say on this pod when it was just me and you, like, literally, like, oh, you're going to cover this person? Oh, well, what about him? What about him? Like, and then it just all went to hell in a handbasket. Like, it was crazy.
When we threw it in the dumpster and boom, gasoline on it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, this is, my dad's always said this. It's actually this is a Tim King analogy. If you handed the Titans a feather and a steel ball, they would find a way to fuck up the steel ball. Like, they would find a way to mess up the steel ball. Like, literally, like, that's literally what it was. So, I mean, we'll make it out, though. We'll figure it out. New stadium coming. Who knows?
Maybe Super Bowl in 2030.
Yeah, I mean, who knows which route it's going to go?
NFL draft in 2028.
Yeah. God, that was If that happens, you're going to have to come down here. I was about to say, yeah, you come stay with.
I would. So I was at the draft in 2019.
I was too. Oh, I mean, I was there every day. Yeah.
And I'm surprised you and I did not run into each other.
I'm not. There was the most people ever in Nashville. Of course, I wouldn't have run into you.
I spent a lot of time over at Walk of Fame Park.
Now, that's shocking because that's right at the hotel I was working at. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
like day one, I spent a good bit of day one over the stadium. Day two, similar thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Titans season 2025 is already off and running.
Tyler's favorite
Because
time of the year, the off season. That's Tyler's favorite time of the year. This is when Tyler goes off on the pods. This is just a preview of what's to come.
The NFL Combine is 3 weeks away.
Yep.
I should, if I come on here that ready to jump through the freak, because the deadline to apply for credentials is Friday. I applied 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, just waiting for him, brother.
So if I'm look like I'm about ready to jump through the screen, you're going to know why.
Oh yeah.
But Titans fans, we're closing up shop.
We are. It's bedtime.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Stay classy and tighten up.
Tighten up, y'all.
Tighten up. Let's get tightened up. Tightened up.